Good morning. I am Dibyendu Mondol. Today I am discussing about nozzle efficiency. Okay, nozzle efficiency. Okay, nozzle efficiency actually due to friction between the fluid and walls of the nozzle, the expansion process is irreversible, although still approximately adiabatic. Okay, this one is the adiabatic. Considering one assumption is you have to consider this is the adiabatic process. In nozzle design, the usual practice is to base all calculations on isentropic flow and then to make an allowance for friction using coefficient or efficiency. Okay, if you draw the HS diagram, this one is the P1, okay, P1, and another one is the P0, and if you draw the perpendicular, okay, that is the T0 and 0, and this is your H and this is your enthalpy. Okay, entropy H, enthalpy H, and entropy S, and that is the 1S. Okay, and there is a dotted line, that is the 1. Okay, so nozzle efficiency, the nozzle efficiency eta n is defined, okay, eta n defined as the ratio of actual enthalpy drop to the isentropic enthalpy drop, actual enthalpy drop divided by actual enthalpy drop, actual enthalpy drop, okay, actual enthalpy drop divided by isentropic enthalpy drop, isentropic enthalpy drop. Okay, actual enthalpy drop divided by isentropic enthalpy drop. Okay, so that is equal to H0 minus H1, H0 minus H1 divided by H0 minus H1s, H0 minus H1s. Okay, for an ideal gas, eta H, for an ideal gas, eta H equal, okay, efficiency of the nozzle equal Cp T0 minus T1 T0 minus T1 divided by Cp T0 minus T1s. Okay, so that is equal to T0 minus T1 divided by T0 minus T1 divided by T0 minus T1s. Okay, T0 minus T1 divided by T0 minus T1s. If the actual velocity at exit from the nozzle is V1 and velocity at exit when the flow is isentropic is V1s. Okay, so therefore eta nozzle equal v1 square minus v0 square divided by v1 square minus v0 square. When the inlet velocity is very small, when the inlet velocity is very small, inlet velocity is very small. Okay, when the inlet velocity is very small, eta n equal v1 square minus v1a square. Okay. Sometimes a velocity coefficient phi is defined as the ratio of actual exit velocity to the exit velocity when the flow is isentropic between the same pressure. Okay, phi is defined, phi is defined as the ratio of the actual exit velocity okay, actual exit velocity to the exit velocity. Okay, okay, actual exit velocity divided by to the exit velocity. So phi is equal to v1 divided by v1s. Okay, so therefore phi is equal to eta n whole to the power half. Okay, another coefficient which is frequently used is the ratio of actual mass flow through the nozzle, omega, to the mass flow which would be passed if the flow were isentropic. This is called coefficient of discharge. Coefficient of discharge CD equal omega by omega s. Okay, omega divided by omega s. The convergent part of a nozzle is usually sharp, while the divergent part is gradual. Okay, if you draw the diagram, this is the V0, okay, 0 value, here the G1, 0 part, 1 part, okay, and this is the AD formed, AD, this is the AD formed, this is the AD formed, okay, AD formed, okay, V1, ADs, okay. So this is the semi divergent angle, this is the alpha, semi divergent angle, okay, semi divergent angle, Okay, semi divergent angle. Okay. So semi divergent angle, while the divergent part is gradual, okay, most of the friction loss occurs in the divergent portion of the nozzle. Okay, divergent portion of the nozzle. If the semi divergence angle alpha is large, there will be flow separation from the wall with the formation of eddies, which entails energy loss. If the angle alpha is small, the length of nozzle becomes large to provide the desired exit flow area, causing more energy loss due to friction, and the angle alpha varies from 5 degree to 8 degree, from 5 degree to 8 degree. Okay, angle alpha varies from 5 degree to 8 degree. Next one is the nozzle types. Nozzle types. Probably the most common physical conception of the nozzle is the converging diverging type. Although its application in a turbine design is somewhat limited, more generally the converging or subsonic nozzles are used. There are two types of nozzle. First one, rimmed or round nozzles. Rimmed. Rimmed or round nozzles. Another one is the foil nozzles. Second one is the foil nozzles. Rimmed nozzles are used principally in the high pressure impulse stages of steam turbine. Okay, rimmed nozzles used high pressure impulse stages of steam turbine. Impulse stages of steam turbine. Okay. The principal advantages of the rim nozzle are low cost, easy to manufacture, and adaptability of standardization. Okay, the disadvantages are lower efficiency, okay, lower efficiency, greater length, and an inability to utilize effective for low purpose the area of a given flow annulus. The angle of divergence in rim nozzle is usually about 12% to 12 degree to 15 degree. Okay, 12 degree to 15 degree, in order to avoid flow separation with its attendant loss. The converging part is normally sharp and good fillet or rounded entrance is provided. The foil nozzle, the foil nozzles formed by curved airfoil section. The nozzle is short with well-rounded entrance edge and sharp exit edges. Foil nozzle high efficiency and costlier. High efficiency and costlier. Okay, costlier. High efficiency and costlier. A foil nozzle block is made by welding the individual foils between sections of concentric rings. The block is then welded in place between the outer and inner shrouds. Our next topic is the flow area of nozzle. Flow area. Flow area of nozzle. Flow area of nozzle. If the condition of steam at inlet of the nozzle is known, the critical pressure can be estimated. Critical pressure. P star can be estimated by multiplying the inlet pressure P0 by 0.546 or 0.577 depending on whether the inlet steam is superheated or dry saturated. If the exit pressure is given and nozzle efficiency is known, the exit velocity of steam as well as the critical velocity of steam can be estimated. V1 equal 44.72 H0 minus H1s nozzle efficiency whole to the power half. Whole to the power half. V star equal 44.72 H0 whole to the power half, where the enthalpy drops are read from the Mollier chart kilojoule per kg with the actual states of steam at exit and the throat being fixed on the Mollier diagram. The specific volume can be obtained from it. Knowing the mass flow rate of the steam, omega mass flow rate omega equal mass flow rate omega, that is equal to A star V star divided by small v star. Capital V is the velocity or small v is the specific volume. Okay, small v you may write down A1 V1 by small v1, capital A1 V1 divided by small v1. If the nozzle cross sections, if the nozzle are circular cross sections, A1 n into pi by 4 d square, n is equal to number of nozzles okay, n is equal to number of nozzles, d exit diameter of the nozzle, exit diameter of the nozzle. The cross section may be rectangular or square also. Foil type nozzles are mounted in a nozzle diaphragm which is horizontally split into two halves and joined by vertical flange bolts. The top halves of the diaphragm which form the stator can be lifted by cranes, thus exposing the rotor for isentropic and repair if needed. Okay. If dm, that is the mean diameter, okay, mean diameter of the nozzle diaphragm, capital dm, mean diameter of the nozzle h height, okay, and alpha is equal to nozzle angle, okay, nozzle angle, and Km, that is the nozzle thickness factor. Thickness factor. তাহলে An, area of the nozzle, pi dm, pi dm hn, pi dm hn sin alpha 1 minus t by p sin alpha. Okay, 1 minus t by p sin alpha, pi dm hn sin alpha 1 minus t by p sin alpha. Okay, where p is the pitch of nozzles on the mean diameter. P is equal to pitch, okay, pitch of nozzles. Okay, P is equal to piece of nozzles. Okay, P is equal to piece of nozzles, and 1 minus T is equal to thickness of the nozzle. T is equal to thickness. Thickness of nozzles. Okay, T is equal to thickness of nozzles. So that is the area calculation. An, that is the area of the nozzle. Okay.